Well, I finished her, and she's a beaut. What is up, everybody? Here with the finale of the Archmagos project. Finally, several weeks in the making, but she is done. This is absolutely my favorite kitbash I've done so far, and I think the one that has turned out the best. But why not just let her speak for herself? Last time you guys saw me do her green stuff cloak, and we're at the finish line here, just putting on the extra bits, the finishing touches, everything she needs to be truly an Archmagos worthy of Forge World My Death. So let's get right into the pieces I'm using for this conversion. Aside from the Magos herself, one of the first things she'll be needing is a weapon, and I decided to skew Xeno for this one using a Tau fusion cannon. I think it's some sort of Tau weapon. I don't know what any of the Tau weapons are, but it's big and it's got some enemies' names written all over it. After that, we have a couple of servo skulls to add a little bit of basing detail and to just represent the servants that she has along with her as a Magos of high standing in the Forge world. We also have a few Eldar Greeblies to boost her psychicness or something, I don't know. But it's more Xenotech, and she's a fan. Finally, to counteract all of this heresy, we have plenty and plenty of purity seals to bring that good old Imperial fervor back into it. Along with, you guessed it, lots and lots of skulls. Fun fact about skulls in the Imperium, I didn't know this before, I learned it recently. Apparently they are used only after the heresy to represent the death apparent of the Emperor and a sort of memento mori for Imperial citizens. And that's why you see skulls all over the goddamn place in the Imperium of Mankind in the Warhammer universe. But I didn't think that this cannon was Imperial looking enough, so I grafted a little fuel can onto it to represent some Imperial tinkering and a little bit of AdMech ingenuity to make this thing work with our dang fuel. After the cannon was mounted, which was just a simple matter of finding the right position for it, I decided this thing needed purging, cleansing, purifying, all of that with Imperial heraldry. So on the back, I stuck a whole bunch of skulls to it, and eventually had a nice little row of guys looking out for the Imperium's enemies and, keeping our Archmagos safe. The lore of my Forge World is that they do use Xenotech occasionally, but it is heavily sanctified and heavily kind of altered so that it works well with Imperium tech and is also devoid of any corrupting effects. So skulls won't do the job alone, and I slapped a whole bunch of purity seals on there, pretty much all the ones I had in plastic left. We got seals on the front, seals on the back, seals on her capsule, every which way. If I saw a good place to slap a seal on there, it was going on there. After that, I added the Eldar bits, one receiver on her tank, and then also some on the spine and on the right side of her face mask, perhaps to help the linkage and her remote control of that portion of her exoskeleton? Not really. And finally adding the servo skulls to the base and a few other skulls just in various places around where it felt appropriate and that the Emperor's Grace could do a little bit more work. All in all, this part of the conversion was the most simple in terms of process and technical skill, but it did still take a lot of thought into where things should go, what would look good, and things of that nature. So there was still a lot of effort put into it, even though this video is a little bit shorter. But anyway, enough said. Let's see the finished product. Slap a base on there, get some zenithal priming on, and let's see those glamour shots.